By now, everybody is well aware of the little oopsie that I had a while back in regards to irresponsibly showing Kiwi Farms on my screen and accidentally showing Keffals' dead name and docs. This, of course, led to me going on her stream to apologize. But yeah, that's the thing, is like I don't really know what else to say, because I'm not here to like try and defend myself, because I recognize that the mistake I made is indefensible. So yeah, I mean, it's just fucked up. I'm really sorry you're going through that too, because
like, I respect that about you, because you are the first person who is actually engaged in this behavior who's willing to say it.
Or make fun of the fact that I got banned.
And the only reason that you're apologizing is because you're like a fucking puppy that pissed on the carpet, and now you're giving me puppy eyes because you know you did something wrong. That's it.
Okay, I mean, yeah, you can think what you'd like about me. That's fine. No. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's not really.
You're gonna keep like doing this like ooh woo shit at me.
I'm not doing any ooh woo shit. I'm trying to stay calm, and I'm trying to have a human face-to-face conversation with you.
Why is this person upset that I doxed them? Are they okay? Shut up.
You're acting like unhinged right now.
You're acting unhinged right now because you doxed me on your stream. You fucking cuck.
That apology is still sincere. I still recognize that as a major fuck up, and I still regret making that mistake, of course. In fact, it was one of my largest mistakes I've made since streaming, easily. So no matter what happens, and no matter how much I fucking hate Keffals, it's never going to change the fact that what I did there was a mistake, that was wrong, there's no justification for it, and it demanded me apologize. Us going through some of this shit is not me in any way saying that my apology was in fact not sincere, because it was. And if I had to, I would message Keffals all over again and say the same thing and say, hey, I fucked up. I'm really sorry. I should not have done that. I was irresponsible. And for that, I apologize. None of that is changing. Keffals also recently talked about me again. And it is for this reason that I have become a proud Keffals member on her YouTube channel. You see, she posts all of her VODs behind a members-only lock, and I was informed that she talked about me for a good chunk of time, so I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I'm becoming a goddamn Keffals super subscriber. I'm a Keffals member. I'm a member of the Keffal clan. And, yeah. I decided to check out what she had to say about me before canceling my membership, of course. So I thought we'd go through and talk about it. This is from her stream, Burying the Hatchet and Moving Forward. So it does sound as though she is working on moving forward from this. I, too, want to move forward with this. But some of the things she said here was pretty disingenuous still, and I think that it still warrants a response from me.
As a result of all of the harassment that I received from the Destiny Kiwi Farms video, because I obviously struck a huge nerve with a lot of people, I'm not going to be re-releasing that stream as a video. It's currently behind a paywall on my YouTube channel. I would recommend checking it out if you want to. It's already been stolen from my channel. You can probably find it for free somewhere if you want. I literally don't care. But I don't want more attention on it. I've said what I need to say. I stand by absolutely everything that I've said. And the entire experience has made me realize it's not that I lack the evidence. It's that people do not care and actively want to see me fail, and they want to see me suffer. And that's an important lesson moving forward. It doesn't matter what I say, because what I say will always be laughed at.
Unfortunately, that is the plight of being a public figure. I mean, this is not something unique to Keffals here. This is something that's happened to me countless times. How many times do I go on a panel and the entire chat is filled with people just shit-talking me for no good reason? This is just being a public figure. There's nothing unique about this in regards to Keffals' experience here.
But moving on past all of that, I want to talk about what happened. The last stream that I did before I went on hiatus. My last stream, I had an interaction.
She's a woman. She can't see things clearly. She's just an emotional being. All right, MoJXYZ, whatever the fuck your dumb name is, you have approximately 4 minutes to get into my Discord, and if you don't, you'll be permanently banned for being too emotional, okay? So be a reasonable, rational male and join the stream, or join the Discord, and talk to me, or get banned for being an emotional little bitch. You decide, okay?
With a streamer named Hunter Avallone.
Allowing
If you don't know who he
corporation to own
is,
the modern
he was
street
pretty
corner is
notable for
dangerous and
making a
destructive
lot
to
of
TKO democracy.
anti-SJW videos, particularly transphobic ones. He has since renounced those views and become a liberal. And
Based?
I've always said that I believe that people should be given the room to change, and I'm very happy that he has changed. Because if you don't give people the room to change, and you don't accept them when they do change, no one would ever change. But that said, in the last stream that we did together, he posted. He didn't post. In the last stream that I did, I had him on my stream because I wanted him to apologize to me. After pulling up my Kiwi Farms thread and displaying my dead name on his stream and showing my docs to his stream, specifically pointing out the page number that it could be found on. Hunter seemingly did not understand the kind of ramifications of doing that, especially after you start the stream by attacking my character and priming the worst people in your audience to use that information to harm me and the people I care about.
So, first and foremost, of course I recognize the potential ramifications of accidentally showing someone's docs. Of course. If I didn't, I would not have apologized. Of course it has potential ramifications, and that is what I was so sorry for. Obviously. And I understand her point here. Her point is clearly because I was crap talking her ahead of time, and then I accidentally showed that. I was priming people to essentially go after her. I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't like this idea that because I criticized her and then I made the mistake of showing the docs, that somehow means I now need to apologize for the criticism prior.
Hunter did realize how he messed up, and he called it one of the worst fuck-ups in his entire career. And while I wanted to be sympathetic, how he reacted to me, it really made me realize none of these people are in good faith. And I'm not going to get anywhere by interacting with them.
So this is honestly classic, considering the fact that I came there fully in good faith, and it was then Keffals who began acting in bad faith towards me by accusing me of manipulating her and gaslighting her when she started claiming that I was trying to play the victim when I was literally making like an argument. I was so confused by what she was even saying.
Hunter came on my stream and fundamentally did not seem to understand how an apology works because he wanted the apology to be on his terms and not by the person he hurt.
What? That is bullshit. I specifically said you don't even have to forgive me. You don't even have to accept my apology. I just want you to know that I'm sincerely sorry.
That is not how you do an apology. An apology involves finding out exactly how you hurt the party that you are apologizing to and learning from them on how to move forward as a better person and make sure that this situation does not repeat itself.
Wait, no, actually. The apology regarding me apologizing to Keffals was not for me to get on stream and apologize for how I may have hurt her. What I was apologizing for was the real and legitimate fuck up I did. That was all I needed to apologize for. This is where the constant division or divide continuously occurs. I do not need to apologize for previous criticisms just because they may have hurt Keffals' feelings. That is not my responsibility. That is not my job. I do not need to do that. I needed to apologize for what I recognized was wrong and what was a very clear and obvious fuck up. Just because I'm apologizing to her for a specific mistake does not then mean that I need to apologize for everything that I may have said that otherwise made her upset.
I got really heated during that conversation because Hunter didn't understand the point of contention. He said I was trying to say that he could not criticize me, which is not true. Anyone is allowed to criticize me. I get criticized every single day by many people.
It sounded like what you were saying was that because I criticized you prior to the mistake, that I should have apologized for the criticism as well.
The point that I was trying to make was that if you spend a significant portion of your time shit-talking someone, and then you present to them information that could be used to hurt them, you are priming the worst people in your audience to do so. There are absolutely members of every audience, because you don't know. You have no idea who the hundreds of people who watch you actually are. So by doing that, you put my family at risk.
Even if, okay, the doxing mistake put people at risk. Yeah, and for that I'm fucking sorry for. But even if what she is saying here is correct, that I was like priming people or something, then what am I supposed to do? Do I just apologize because I criticized you? Like, what do you want from me at that point? You're just pointing out a potential issue that can't be fixed anymore. I did what I could. I said what I could. But acting as if because I also shit-talked her beforehand, that means now I need to apologize also for the shit-talking is bullshit. And even if I were to apologize for shit-talking her, that changes nothing. The point of contention and the mistake I made was the accidental Kiwi Farms docs. The mistake that I did not make was criticizing her.
Put me at risk. You put my loved ones at risk. And it's not acceptable.
She's literally doing exactly what I was claiming she was doing when our conversation was completely melting down, which is trying to take advantage of the fact that I fucked up with the docs mistake to then make me apologize for the criticisms as well.
So I blew up at him. I called him a lot of names. I yelled at him because he did not
It hurt my feelings, guys, okay? It really did. I still cry about it every night.
Understand that. And he obfuscated what I was trying to say to make me look unreasonable. This was coupled by the fact that one of my moderators pointed out that people were saying my dead name in his chat and making 41% jokes and other suicide jokes about me because I'm transgender. If you look at the video on his YouTube channel, he blurred out the chat for the entirety of the video because if he didn't, it probably would have got demonetized and it would have made him look terrible.
What? I blurred out the chat because there were a bunch of losers raiding my chat who are not actually part of my audience, who were spamming transphobic BS. I literally blurred it as a way to further show respect. What? I was apologizing for the accidental showing of your dead name. If people are in my chat spamming your dead name, then I'm gonna blur it out. The mods were working overtime to ban as many people as possible during that. What's even the point of bringing this up other than to try and make your audience feel like my audience is full of vicious transphobes? I don't understand what I'm supposed to do there. I mean, I can't control every single person that jumps into my chat. I can't. But my mods can, to the best of their abilities, ban people who violate the rules of my chat. And in that case, they were banning people as fast as possible. I made a mistake and I should have had my chat on slow mode, but I didn't. So there were a couple things that were able to slip by. So I blurred the entire chat for the upload. That was like out of respect, literally.
Hunter reacted to my anger on that stream by saying, "Are you okay? You seem kind of unhinged right now." And what that is gaslighting.
That's not gaslighting. So this is the thing, is maybe she doesn't understand what this word means, but asking if somebody is okay and also pointing out the fact that they are acting unhinged because she was acting unhinged is not gaslighting. In fact, she was gaslighting, if we're going to go by that definition, far more than I could ever hope or dream of. Because out of nowhere, when I was there in good faith to apologize, she started yelling at me that I was manipulating her. She called me a cuck, and then she accused me of playing victim, and she was projecting all of this shit on me, and then was attacking me for it. What she said to me was far more in line with what would be considered gaslighting than what I said to her. Asking if somebody's okay, or pointing something out, is not gaslighting. You claiming that I'm victimized or playing victim and then manipulating you are accusing me of something. And something that I was not doing, so that makes it more similar to gaslighting. Truthfully, I don't think anybody was gaslighting each other, okay? And even if Keffals was gaslighting me, I don't care, because at the end of the day, I fucked up with the docs thing, and I'm never going to walk back on that because it was an obvious fuck up, and I still am sorry for it. But to act as if I was gaslighting for simply asking if she was okay, or pointing out that she was suddenly acting unhinged literally out of nowhere, that's not gaslighting. That's called just explaining what you are witnessing.
What Hunter did was trivialize the situation I was going through.
No, I didn't.
And trying to minimize the justified reaction that I had towards him.
No, I was not trying to trivialize anything. The fuck up was bad. If I was trivializing it, I wouldn't have come on your stream to apologize in front of your audience, which already hated me. Like, that doesn't even make sense.
Hunter tried to make me look insane when I was justifiably hurt by his actions.
But you weren't mad at me or getting mad at me for my actions. You were mad at me because I wouldn't apologize for the prior criticism. I said that you are totally justified in being mad at me for the docs thing. I'm mad at myself about that. And you don't even have to accept my apology. I just want to make sure you hear me when I say that I am sincerely sorry.
I would like to believe that he didn't know what he was doing or saying, but he had the video ready to upload in less than 6 hours after our conversation.
So?
And he was quite willing to shit talk me after that situation, despite the fallout that came from it.
Wait,
that I do not.
So what? All that matters is that I recognize the mistake I made in regards to doxing and apologized for that mistake. That is it. I still fucking hate Keffals. I still find her to be one of the most insufferably bad faith individuals on the internet right now. But that doesn't take away from the fact that I was sorry for the mistake I made. It doesn't matter who I like and who I don't like. Doxing is never fucking okay. And whether you do so by negligence or accidentally or maliciously, that deserves an apology. Because that's fucked up. But that's all I needed to do. First of all, me uploading the video 6 hours later, I don't know why that's a problem. Because you had tweeted about me repeatedly about how bad I was and how I showed your docs and everything. So I thought it was probably reasonable that I would also publicly post the apology.
Because I've learned the more I talk about the things that happened to me, the more intense they become.
And then he criticized me afterwards. Yes. I did, because I can criticize you. None of that means that I'm not sorry for the actual mistake that I made.
Despite the fallout that came from it, that I do not want to even get into. Because I've learned the more I talk about the things that happened to me, the more intense they become. I give the people who hate me the justification that... I give the people who hate me something that they want. They're sadistic. If they can find out that they have inconvenienced me or hurt me in any way, it encourages them. They think it's funny. Because they don't value human life. They do not value me as a human being. They do not like trans people in general, and they want us all not to exist.
I certainly hope that she's talking about more broad communities here, because that certainly does not apply to me, even remotely.
As a result of the situation with Hunter Avallone and Destiny and my Twitch ban, I am retreating from the political live streamer scene entirely.
What?
The people who I still consider friends, I'm still going to interact with, but the vast majority of them I do not trust. People who I thought would have had my back did not have my back.
What?
Because it's
She's
all
leaving?
team sport.
She's leaving the fucking...
And because people like Destiny do not like me and have tried to paint me as a bad representation of the trans community, even though his idea of a good representative of the trans community is someone who shuts up and keeps their head down.
That's not true.
I have no faith in any of these people. I think that they're manipulative careerists, and I'm going to just do my own thing. I'm going to stick to covering news and politics. I'm going to spend time just with my own community and with the streamers that are already my friends.
After the entire drama, she is now leaving Twitch politics sphere and is basically just going to continue existing within her own echo chamber. Hey, can't say I'm disappointed, okay? Nice. Fucking nice. That's great. Because Keffals is in fact a bad person who is incredibly bad faith and manipulative. So I want this to be known as well, that after our falling out, it's funny she brings up the fact that I was still comfortable talking shit about her afterwards, when right after she hung up on me, when I was trying to talk to her during the stream, she then claimed that I was alt-right, and that I never changed. I've never been alt-right. The alt-right hated me even when I was a conservative. So I have no idea what the fuck that's all about. And then, now she's deleted it, thankfully. But, for a little while, right afterwards, she tweeted that I claimed she was acting unhinged for being upset with me about the docs. Which I never did. I was saying that she was acting unhinged when she started screaming at me because I wouldn't apologize for prior criticism unrelated to the docs. And then lastly, she DM'd my wife. And for those of you who don't know, yes, these are DMs that came long before the Burying the Hatchet stream that we just looked over. She says, I was looking over a bunch of information when trying to formulate a response to Hunter, and I realized that people were trying to goad both of us into a conflict when there shouldn't have been one. I've been dealing with some anger issues. I was wondering if he would consider a private conversation with me. I don't want to cause any issues. I owe him an apology, and I think he would like to see what I found. Okay, well, I can appreciate this, but the main reason I was hesitant about this right off the bat was I appreciate that you recognize that maybe you owe me an apology, but if you are comfortable saying all this bullshit about me publicly, then I think you can probably also apologize publicly. I told Carissa to respond because I have Keffals blocked on my account. I said, okay, yeah, go ahead and maybe, but it would have to be public. And then she said, I don't really want to do a public conversation because I don't want to talk about Kiwi Farms anymore. It's a site filled with old porn of me and my dead name and photos of me when I was 15 to 16. Before I started my transition, it's a place people go to get information used to harass me. I just kind of want to take down everything I said about Hunter and move on and hope he can do the same for our conversation. Once I realized that his chat was created by Kiwi Farms users in order to ratchet up the conflict, I realized he was being manipulated and so was I. They wanted us to have this fight. Why would she say this and then bring up the fact that people were in my chat making transphobic remarks 2 days ago in her stream? This to me reads a little bit disingenuous. This to me sounds like somebody who recognized that they didn't look too good in the conflict and wanted me to take everything down, and they would take everything down about me so long as we were able to talk privately. I don't know why that needs to happen. Not to mention, there should be a record of what happened and how our conversation went, because what's stopping Keffals from running off after our private conversation and claiming that I said the T slur, or claiming that I did nothing but scream at her the whole time? If there's no evidence to contradict that, then it can just be used and weaponized against me further. Basically, long story short, we had a falling out. I recognize where I fucked up. It seems as though Keffals is somewhat aware that she fucked up also, but doesn't want to acknowledge it publicly, wants to instead say it privately, and yet has continued now to mischaracterize me as well. So, no, I don't think there's going to be any further reconciliation between me and Keffals. Keffals is extremely bad faith, and her audience is so full of deranged, bad faith pieces of shit that I genuinely think it's better that I have no interaction with them at all. In fact, and I'm totally fine admitting this because people are going to make fun of me and I do not care, I fucking botted block, okay? I went and got a bot and I mass blocked a bunch of Keffals followers because they are some of the most insufferable losers on the fucking planet right now. And after like 3 days of logging in and being bombarded with tweets where it says, you're still a fascist, you're a fucking fascist, you're a reactionary. After a while, I'm like, okay, I can't keep playing the role of a goddamn dictionary. You people don't know what words mean, and it's not worth my time. It's also not worth me getting frustrated at reading the 90 millionth stupid fuck tweet from a Keffals fan. So yeah, I mass blocked. Don't care at all. And so I don't think there's going to be anything moving forward here. I'm glad to see that Keffals seems to be mostly interested now in bearing the hatchet, and I am as well. I don't want this drama to come up again. I think that this should just be left in the grave. No more Keffals drama. Amen.